All right, guys, it is another gorgeous day here in Southern California, and we decided to take just a quick break from working on the Charger and take Duke out for a cruise.
Yes, Duke is our favorite car to drive during the summertime. He's just such a good vibe, and everybody loves him, from little kids to old grannies.
It's been such a long time since we've shown you guys Duke, and we figure let's do like a full walk around and show you all the little details that make this wagon so special. So we're gonna cruise on over to the spot where Duke belongs and show you the car.
That's right, Duke. I bet you know where we're going, buddy. All right, we made it to the beach. This is Duke's probably millionth time to the beach, I'm sure. He's always been a surf wagon his whole life. So I wish we kept track of how many times we brought him. We probably should like put some marks right here for each time he's been to the beach.
Start a tally.
It's not too late.
Yeah, we could do it. Alrighty, do you want to start at the beginning of like where you picked this thing up and what was kind of the story there?
So I bought Duke about 3 years ago. I went to a car show with my buddy Albert, and Duke was for sale there at the car show, and we ended up driving him home. So that's how that happened. I just was really drawn to his original paint that he had, and I will say he wasn't 100% original paint. He was probably like 65% original paint. If you come over here, I could show you this part of the car forward. The hood, this lower fender here is not original. We painted this to match the back of the car. So the top of him, like this part all the way back. I even lose track sometimes of which panels were painted like primered.
Oh, I do all the time.
Because it looks so good. Like my uncle patina matched it for me. He's an artist for Universal Studios. And he just did an amazing job, and like it came out so good.
It seriously is. So I don't know if you guys can see the back of the wagon here. I'll try and find some old photos of it when it had kind of the primer front end. But really, to try and match this here on the front was such a job. And I think the reason it didn't sell at the car show is like a lot of people saw that potential, but I don't think many people thought they could really pull it off.
Yeah, so I knew my uncle could do something like this. So when I saw the car for sale, everybody was looking at it, they were standing around it, and I think they could see what they really could do with it, but maybe they just didn't know somebody that could do it for them. And I just happened to. So I was like, I saw the vision. I was like, man, if we can make the rest of the car look like the original paint, like here in the front, then we're really gonna have something special. And my uncle just nailed it. Like, I can't even tell which panels were original and which ones were redone.
Yeah, no, this car is great.
I do know, like look at the hood. All of this it's fake, but it looks so real. Like even around the headlights, my uncle did all of this. Around here, this was all primered gray at one point. Even down here on the bumper, it was all primered gray. So
he had some great techniques, like kind of showed in a video one time of like how he kind of did it, and it's a lot of talent and a lot of work, but it turned out great. And then also, did you buy the wagon with the boards on it?
Yeah, I actually I made the deal with the boards to come with the wagon.
So this is one of them, and the other one we have kind of in the back right now.
Yeah, it's in the back seat. But this is not the racks that it came with. It actually came with some Aloha racks, which are a lot more rare. Well, these are Sweet Patina racks, which are pretty nice. But the Aloha racks, I was worried that they were gonna get stolen because they're pretty sought after.
Okay.
So I swapped them over to this rack here. But let's walk around to the other side of Duke.
Yep.
And then we'll pop the hood.
And then what did you do for wheels? Like, what was your choice there? Or were those the ones that came on it?
These wheels, these are the tires that came on it, and these were the wheels that came with it. And I actually replaced one of the hubcaps up front here. And then I added these flappers. So these are actually not real white walls, believe it or not. Olivia thought they were this whole time.
I thought they were this whole time.
No, they're not.
I guess
See,
now
look.
when I go close, I can clearly
this.
see.
Check this out.
Boom.
Fooled you.
I know it did. I was like, I didn't know that was even a thing.
Yeah, you can buy these, and they just stuff in between the rim and the tire, and then they just stay on there. Originally, I had some that were a little bit bigger. They were like 3-inch ones, but they didn't look too good on there, so I got the 2-inch ones. So yeah, this is Duke's other side. This one's a little bit less patina on this side, as you can see. It's not as much surface rust, but he does have a couple dents. There's one down here, right there. Jumped them at one point, and right here, who knows what happened. But yeah, and then here's the back. All in all, pretty solid car though, right? Like,
yeah.
This looks like rust, but I think this is a lot of it's that primer, that red oxide primer that's underneath. Yeah, there's no rust at all around the top side of him, so he's in good shape all the way around. He does have some rust back here though on the lower part of the tailgate, as you can see. But we try to keep him inside and out of the elements as much as possible. Okay, do you want to open up the back?
Sure. All right. Sorry guys, we didn't really clean him at all because I guess we just use him. And
yeah, but look at all these original latches and everything.
Okay, so you want to show them this part?
Yeah, this is pretty cool because it just snaps into place here.
Ready?
These little things, you'll see it. Go ahead. Keep going. There it is. And then it stays up on its own.
And then we've had many barbecues and picnics here in the back. At one point we had like a little like air mattress thing back here.
Yeah, before we had the RV, we camped in this a few times.
And so, oh, I guess we didn't even start by saying, what is Duke? So he's a 1956 Chevy 210?
10, I believe. It's a 210, I believe. But he has a lot of options, kind of like a Bel Air. We'll go over that in a second.
Yeah, that's what's kind of neat about him. He's like one of the lower trim levels, but he does have some cool options.
Yep. And then, of course, you know, you guys already know this deal here. Gas cap. Pretty cool feature for 56. So let's go around this side. He has a little dent here, small dent there, but very rust free around the bottom.
So what I love about Duke is that he is my favorite factory two-tone combo that I think Chevrolet ever did. He's Pinecrest Green and India Ivory. And so if you guys know my Ratty 56 Chevy, that's also the same two-tone combo. And I think that's ultimately what I'm gonna do on my new 56 because I mean, just look at it. Like, it's so cherry. It looks so good. It's so 50s, you know?
Yeah. All right, open that back door actually.
This one?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So here's the door jambs. Their original shape. Original door panels as well.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. I mean, we rarely have that rear seat up because it's not all the time that we're riding with like 6 people in here, but we mostly have it down, and it's great because we can put the surfboards, the fishing rods, like all of our stuff back here.
Yes, this seat, it folds up, and then you can have 3 more people sitting in the back here. Yeah, this right here, the ashtray right here on the back of the seat, you don't get that these days. But this seat, unfortunately, has been reupholstered.
Yeah.
But I would like to get it reupholstered again because it's not quite the color that the back seat is. The back seat's more of like a greenish color. You see this green here?
Yeah, it matches like the dash and everything in the door cards.
Yeah, and actually, I'm not even sure if this is, it looks original. This color. What's this, big helicopter?
Whoa.
Yeah, so I'd like to redo the front seat eventually.
But yeah, my favorite part about Duke, as well as like the exterior color, is the interior color, because I think it's super neat when the Trifives have the 2-tone dash going on, and like how cool that this is like a green interior. Like, it's, you know, they didn't option it to be black, like the typical black everything. It's just, I don't know, it's such a beach vibe.
And you know, I have not seen many other 56 Chevys with this, and I don't know if this is an option or not, but what this is you can control the mirror, and then it also controls the spotlight on that side. Turn the ignition on, please.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Okay, you can turn it off and turn the switch off. Thanks. So that's pretty helpful sometimes when you're trying to, you know, go rabbit hunting.
But yeah, coming in here, a couple things you'll notice right away is this switch panel right here and the vent on the side.
Yeah, this car originally came with air conditioning, which is a pretty rare option.
Super cool.
This is the vent. If you notice, if you look at other 56 Chevys, I haven't even seen one actually that had a hole here for air conditioning. Unfortunately, the vent is missing from this side. So if you guys know of where I can find one of those, I'd much appreciate that. The dash is a little bit weathered on the top and cracking just a little bit, but it's definitely some good character.
Yep, we got our little hula girl as well.
Yeah, and so yeah, original stereo, and the clock, it's always 5 o'clock. Open up that glove box, please.
Oh yeah, here.
What do we got in there?
Beach ball, sunscreen, and ooh, wait, we got our stickers here?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's our new, oh, there's a Duke.
Yep, so.
With the surfboards flying off. I
guess shameless plug, if you guys want to head on over to gnarlyspeedshop.com, you could get yourself a Duke sticker where we got our logo, and then we just came out with the new Rum Runner ones. So
those came out nice.
I know, they're all like they're such a vibe, all of this stuff.
Yeah.
So beachy. But yeah, so and then he's also got power brakes.
Hornworks. Power brakes.
See?
See that down there? And you see all his electrical under there is not been messed with, which is good. Power wipers, or what do you call that?
Oh, the ones that they like squirt?
Yeah, that was kind of rare.
I've actually never seen that in another one.
What else? Oh, got a custom headliner.
Oh yeah? You want to tell them a bit about this?
Yeah, so my mom and I kind of came up with this idea one day to just put a cheap headliner in it, and since he's a beach wagon, surf wagon, we're like, well, let's go with some bamboo. It'll just be easy to tuck in on the top, and I like it. Still have to cut a hole for here though. Yeah. I'm worried if one day if I leave the door open for too long, I might start a fire.
No. Yeah, a lot of people who come up to this wagon say that they really dig the headliner, so.
Yeah. Oh shoot, who put that there? When did that get there? Fishing hook.
Oh. little hook.
Hanging on for dear life.
I don't know. That must have been one of our fishing trips.
Yep. Okay, well, that's it for the interior, I think.
Yeah, let's get to the good stuff under the hood.
Okay.
Oh, I can't get over how nice it is out here.
It's beautiful.
Like, not a cloud in the sky.
Okay, under the hood we have his original 265 V8, and this engine actually came out in 1955. It was the first small block Chevy ever.
Yep, first small block V8.
Yep, 265 cubic inches and 162 horsepower, I believe.
Yeah.
So
cool.
What else do we know about that motor?
I know that it still has its original carburetor, and I was trying to look for the little casting numbers, and I couldn't see them. But
it's a 1 or 2G Carter? Is it a Carter?
No, it's a Rochester.
There's a tag right there.
It says that on the side too. It is a Rochester.
Yeah. But it's mostly all original on here. As you can see, he's got his original wiper motor. Here's that power steering. I'm sorry, power brakes. And then we got power steering over here, which is oddly connected to the generator. So the generator spins, and then the power steering pump is bolted directly to the back of it. I've never seen that before.
That's super neat, and everybody like comments on that too.
Yeah. But yep.
And then he's got his fan. I mean, how does he run? Does he stay cool, or?
You know what? If he's sitting in traffic for a long time, he'll get hot. So he likes to be moving. He's got an original radiator. It looks to be in here. There's his original horns, I'm sure. This car is just so untouched, you know?
I know. The only thing I did in here was replace the battery. I just did a super start. But other than that, I mean, it literally looks like frozen in time.
Mm-hmm. The only thing I had to do to this car when I got it was change this voltage regulator right here. I put this in and it already... Oh, you know what I did? I put the old cover back on the new one because it has new internals. So I kept the old cover on it to make it look correct.
That's the way to go.
What else?
And then what transmission?
Oh, it's got a 2-speed power glide, and it's a cast iron one, which they only made it for, I don't know, like 15 years or something like that, and then they went to the aluminum one. But you know, he's not very fast, but he'll get you to where you need to go. Yeah.
The hardest part for me whenever I'm driving him is remembering that reverse is like all the way down.
Yeah, that's kind of weird,
You want to show them that? It's like, I was just trying to turn around in this thing and I was just like, where is it?
Yeah, it's all the way down at the bottom, so you pull this all the way down. I'm not going to do it right now or we'll go into the ocean.
Yep.
Oh, what is this? I forget. I think this was for, wow, that is original. I forgot about this.
What's that?
I think this is for the windshield washer fluid. And that looks to be a little pump there on the top. Maybe it's vacuum operated somehow. Yeah. But look at the glass. They're not even broken. The brackets are all still there.
It's crazy.
Oh, that's cool. What a original engine bay. And look at that coil. Looks like it might be original too.
Yeah, that thing, I was just looking at that.
See that back there, guys? Yeah. I don't know. Let us know.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously this thing's got like drum brakes all the way around. It still has like the factory rear end, and we don't know the gear ratio, but
it'll do 55, 60 if you're really pushing it, but I don't like to go too much faster than that because the boards will fly off of this thing. At about 55, you could feel these things starting to lift up a little bit. So, It's kind of that car that it's nice to just drive it slow.
Yeah, when you take Duke out, you're not doing Slayer Camaro things. You're just like cruising and you're just taking in the scenes, and like literally perfect for a day like this when you just go down the coast and you're not in a hurry.
In the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, Duke really keeps you in the moment, and he keeps you on your toes because you got to drive him and you got to be ready to brake like a mile ahead.
Oh, one other upgrade. Forgot. I did install a tow hitch underneath here because we were hauling the trailer. We had a vintage trailer, Roxy, if you guys remember. We used to tow to the beach to go camping, but we sold Roxy. Unfortunately, had to let Roxy go, but
Yeah.
I forgot what's underneath here. But look at that. That's all original right here. He's got a pretty cool little tire,
Whoa,
spare tire holder here, which works good for other things.
that's crazy. This looks like a little
Oh, I forgot
compartment.
Forgot about that hat. Surfboard leashes.
I was gonna say something. It looks like a compartment for something, but I don't want to come across, a type of way. So.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, though, right?
I think so.
Man, I would love to spend all day out here. It is such a gorgeous day, but we have to get back to work on the Charger because that car ain't gonna build itself. But before we leave, I just wanted to mention that we finally came out with our Project Rum Runner shirts, available in white and black, and they feature our gold glitter ink. So these turned out amazing. Really happy with them. So if you guys want to support the project, you can head over to gnarlyspeedshop.com and get yourself a shirt. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for our beach day. We really got to start working on the car. So let's go.
Let's do it. Okay, we're back here at the shop, and we just wanted to share the progress on the Charger. We got the bumpers fitted to the car, the taillights in, and it is looking complete.
It looks so good now, and in case you're wondering, yes, those are fiberglass bumpers, or rather we have the rear one and then we have the front one right here from Glass Tech.
Yeah, this is going to save a ton of weight on the car. I know some of you guys are probably thinking like, well, it's not as safe that way, and I would have to agree, but we are also installing a full cage like all the way to the back, so that's going to help out quite a bit as well. So give and take there. Here is the front bumper, and as you can see, it's like ultra light. Like, it's so light.
Yeah, Danny can pick it up with one hand.
Yeah, and in fact, we have a scale here, and I'd like to just weigh the original bumper and then this one here, just to see the difference.
Okay.
So
is this the front or the rear?
So this is the rear bumper with the brackets.
Okay.
And then this is the front bumper. Now the front bumper is a little bit smaller, but it's not much weight difference than the rear bumper.
Yeah.
It's like the same. And also these metal, these chrome, like, I don't even know what you call these things here, teeth, were on this bumper too. So they're not on there right now. So this should technically be lighter than stock. But anyways, let's just get a rough estimate here.
Okay. So
we got the scale.
let's get this.
Turn that on. Zero it out, please. Nice.
Okay.
So this guy weighs 21 pounds.
Okay. And honestly, just a little bit more because you remove those pieces.
Yeah, there's some stuff removed from this. And then this, let's see if the scale even picks this up.
Oh, should I
It's
re-zero
so-
it?
Yeah. Okay. Weighs
Get out of here.
2.5 pounds.
Not even 3 pounds.
Yeah, so a ton of weight savings here. Plus the front bumper has a ton of heavy brackets that hold it on. And we're gonna be using aluminum brackets. So the front bumper will probably save like 30 pounds on the front.
Holy cow.
Yeah, so we'll be saving about 50 pounds of weight probably when it's all said and done on the car, just from the bumpers.
Yeah.
One thing I don't like about fiberglass bumpers is it's hard to get them looking like chrome. Like nothing looks like chrome, right? So I went to eBay and they actually had chrome wrap. Like people wrap their cars chrome nowadays and it looks pretty shiny, right?
Yeah.
So I got this in the mail yesterday. Oh, there it is.
Look at that.
Yeah. So let's look it out here in the sun, right by Duke. So look at this, but it actually gets shinier than that because there's a film on here. See?
Let's see.
Oh
wow, that's shinier than Duke.
So we'll actually put this wrap on those bumpers and just see how it looks.
Yeah, just have some fake chrome bumpers.
Yeah, but look at that. Doesn't it look good now?
It looks so good. Do you want to tell them a bit about like how you mounted it? Because when you first put it on, it was a little flimsy on the sides.
Oh yeah, maybe we should pop the trunk too while we're at it. Why don't you get started on that? But I used the original brackets here. That's holding up the bulk of the weight in the middle. And drilled some holes and got those bolted up nicely. And then also installed these little carriage bolts here on the corners, and I know that's not an original spot, but I don't think you'll see it too much once the bumper's fully chromed.
I can't find
I think the angle is up a little bit higher, like right there.
I heard it. There we go.
So we put those bolts through there into the inside corner. Also, I took the time to clean the trunk out thoroughly, scrub it down good, and put a nice heavy coat of Pour 15.
It looks so much better now.
Right. Also got these little end caps put on as well. Those went on nice. Still have to restore the taillights eventually, but looking pretty good. Got some seam sealer on all the corners.
Yep. We got our sound deadening. This is just like one big piece, but we have more for the inside.
Probably do like most of this area here. But we also got these bars welded in here. So I welded these bars here. This is going to be the support for the fuel cell. Our fuel cell is over here, and we'll show you that in a second. And I'll explain kind of why we had to elevate it like that once we get the tank in there. You want to grab it and put it in?
Sure. Let's see if I can do it.
Here, maybe I better do that.
25-gallon fuel cell.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So this is going to sit right on top of here, like that. There we go. And the straps are the same size as the metal bars that I welded in there.
Oh yeah, the same thickness.
Yeah. So that's how that's going to go. We'll still have to weld on the filler neck that's going to attach to the original filler here. And we might have to cap this part off, actually remove this off and weld in a piece over that there. Just because if it doesn't seal correctly when we fill the car all the way up, I'm worried about gas like kind of spilling out. Yeah,
we really do have to seal it. But speaking of fuel systems, we pretty much have everything else for the fuel system here, right?
Yeah,
it's all over at the front. And also wanted to mention that we did, sorry, the interior's got a bunch of tools, but we did seam seal the trans tunnel like you guys had mentioned after we did the Pour 15. So that is handled.
Yep.
And then here,
we got a bunch of fuel parts. So we're gonna run dash 12 lines from the tank all the way to the front. So we just get like extra flow to that mechanical fuel pump. And then here's all the fittings that we are gonna need to do that. We're still waiting on a micron filter that we're gonna run 100 microns in the back by the fuel cell, along with a shutoff valve. And then we're also gonna run a 40 micron after the fuel pump going to the carburetor.
Yep.
So we'll keep that fuel system clean. So that takes care of that. What else?
Then what you want to show them kind of like what you did up front here with the air cleaner, what you're going to do for the battery, and then we'll move to the steering column.
Yeah, I ordered this air cleaner here. It's a Walker air cleaner. It's supposed to be a pretty good deal. It's a little bigger than I was expecting, so we're gonna have to modify this eventually. But there it is for now.
I'll be honest, I don't dig it. I told Danny that. I was like, I don't really like the look, but that's like in no way permanent. Like we can always change that later.
Yeah,
we just need something.
That's the least of our
I know,
issues right now.
Seriously.
So it's just, it's supposed to be a 14-inch filter, but I guess they think like, well, they can make it a little bit bigger than a 14 and it'll fit in the 14-inch like housing.
Yeah.
But the filter actually sticks out, as you could see.
As you can see.
And get like some extra flow apparently.
So that's that. And then I remember we told everybody that we were doing a rear mount battery. So
oh yeah, we were gonna do a rear mount battery, but we might have changed our minds. There's a company that sells a really lightweight battery, and if it's, you know, like 6 pounds, I don't really care too much. I'll just put it up here in the front. That'll make wiring a lot easier. Since we're under a tight deadline, we won't have to do a rear mount battery like cut off or all the wiring to the back, and it'll be less work for us.
Yeah.
And we could just put that little battery somewhere here. So we're still trying to find one of those, but so that takes care of basically everything here.
And then you want to show them the steering column?
Yeah.
So
late last night, I was here till about 1 in the morning working on getting the steering column welded in.
Here.
Yeah, I'll take
show them. Oh, where's the flashlight?
Over there, by the toolbox. So under here I was last night, and I got these flanges welded onto here, and they're on it's bolted to the stock location there. So that came out pretty good. Also made this little plate down here and welded on a piece of tubing from exhaust to clamp onto the steering column there. It's also adjustable because these holes are oblonged out, as you can see right there. So the column can actually move right, left, up, or down, and then fasten up all the 4 screws, holds it in place. So this thing's really sturdy right now. It ain't going nowhere. And then you guys remember we got this removable steering wheel. So that'll help getting in and out of the car.
Yep.
What else?
And then the windshield wiper motor is literally on its way. I think that's getting delivered today.
No, it's here already.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's in the box over there.
Oh, okay. So that one's here. Sorry, there's like literally 6 Summit orders on their way here. So the one that's coming today is the carpet kit and then all of Danny's safety gear. So harnesses for both of us, Simpson harnesses. I got Danny like a full Simpson jacket, pants, helmet, all the gear, because this thing is going to be fast. So safety is priority.
What else? Oh, that reminds me. So I was having trouble with the windshield wiper deal here. So this is the mechanism that turns the wipers, and they're seized up. Here's the other one for the wiper blade for the other side. They're completely seized up and rusted up somehow inside, and they don't sell replacements for these. You'd have to buy an original one, and they're just kind of hard to come by. So I just thought of like, well, I just drilled some holes in it here, and I've been spraying some of this Croil in there every chance I can get, and hopefully they break loose so we can have some good working wipers.
Yeah, we're gonna need them because we experienced some weather when we were on last year's Redwood Rally. So hard to say.
Redwood Rally?
But another 2 things that I want to mention that are on their way for the Charger. So as you guys know, we are in quite the time crunch, which is why we're not really filming us like working on this thing. We're just kind of like showing you what we've done because we work on this thing really late at night. But for us, we really need to be saving time, and we need to not cut corners, but we need to shave off time everywhere we can. So In terms of wiring, we have a painless wiring chassis harness that's on the way. So that'll be really nice. Everything's labeled, it's simplified, like where everything's gonna go. And then to make life even easier, we have Speed Hut gauges that are coming. So those are gonna be really cool. I cannot wait to show those to you. So shout out to Speed Hut and Redline Gauge Works because they really helped us find a solution, something that was gonna be really easy to wire in. As you guys know, this is everything is pretty much mechanical on this big block, but it has that T56, which still has the VSS output. So when that arrives, you're gonna see it.
Yeah, it's going to be GPS like operated for the speed.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be really accurate and really trick. So can't wait to show you the gauge cluster. It's going to be really easy to install as well because everything's all done. You just have to hook up the power, the ground, and the ignition, and obviously run the wires to all the sending units. But other than that, that's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Oh, here's the rearview mirror.
Oh yeah, that showed up.
Rearview mirror.
From AMD, actually. Here.
Oh, look at that.
Cool. So that'll go on. We only got one of those, and they only had one in stock.
And I got this. What do you guys think? This is a metal to metal. It's a body filler, and I'm going to use that for here. So let me know. I don't know how to do lead. I could probably learn, but I just don't have the time to learn to do that right now. So I heard good things about this.
Yeah, Danny's going to be spending his free time practicing his TIG welding because, we'll put the car up in there and we'll talk more about what else we have coming. But is there anything else you want to show him?
Up here on top, I think we pretty much covered everything.
Okay.
We got that Delta PAG radiator we still got to install. I'm working on some more stuff on the interior. We haven't started the cage yet because it's just going to make it harder for me to get in and out of the car while I'm doing all this work underneath the dash. So,
yeah, we still have wiring to do. And
yeah, we kind of put that on pause for now. But also, I wanted to show you, I've been working on the steering linkage. You'll see it here. There it is. And this angle here, I got to measure it. I was doing this last night. It can't be more than 30 degrees. So I got to get some sort of measuring device here to figure out if that's more than 30 degrees. And if so, we're going to have to put a double joint here. But you can see it's clearing the headers pretty nicely. I also built a little shield that goes over the steering column to protect it from the heat from that header in the back. And I'll also wrap that header too. So we should be fine there. But yeah, it's starting to take shape here.
it really is. Once we got that rear bumper on and we saw it like all together with all the AMD sheet metal back there and it was just looking straight, Danny and I just like had a moment. We like went outside and like looked at the back of the car and we're like, wow, I found old photos of the Charger from when we first got it. And if you guys remember, it was beat up. It had holes everywhere. It was nasty. So to see how far it's come and how much work, honestly, Danny has put into this to turn it into what you see now is incredible. And I don't know if that's something I could do, but it's just been so crazy to see this thing like take form. So it's not done yet.
It will be.
But we're seeing light at the end of the tunnel now.
Yeah, seriously. Some people are like, whoa, you guys are never going to finish that in time. And trust me, I've been like saying that to myself every single day, every single hour. I'm like, wow, are we going to be able to get this done in time? But after, like she said, once we got that bumper on, it gave me like so much motivation. And I've just been pulling all-nighters working on this thing to get it done. I'm going to do whatever it takes. Yeah,
it was wild to see like that section of the car like completed. But yeah, you want me to put this up in the air?
Yep, let her up. Oh, I'll shut the trunk.
Oh, yeah.
Good thing you got my phone out from the inside the car.
Oh, you would have never found it again.
Okay. So here's another look at that steering angle from underneath. You can see here that looks like it's less than 30 degrees, so I think we'll be fine. One thing I'm having trouble finding information on is if people weld these on or just use that little set screw. That little set screw just doesn't look very safe. Like, it seems like it could back out or come loose, and I don't like that. So I don't know, maybe we can TIG weld that around there.
I don't know, this is my first time dealing with rack and pinion.
Yeah, online there's like people saying don't weld it, it's dangerous to weld it. People are saying drill a hole all the way through it and put a bolt through. Some people say that's really dangerous, so I'm not too sure yet, but we'll figure it out. This header has to be modified though, because as you can see, goes up and through here, goes on there, but it's hitting the side of the frame here.
Yeah, like really bad. So.
See, it's hitting right there. So I'm gonna have to probably cut it here, angle it down a little bit more straight rather than kicking it out. And then other than that, we should be fine on this side. Yeah, see how it won't go in here?
Yeah, it's off.
So once I fix that, we'll be good. This side fits fine. So we got that to deal with, and then we can finish the rest of the exhaust. So I got something really cool planned for the exhaust system. I always wanted to do a lightweight exhaust. So we're gonna go with a full aluminum exhaust. Even the mufflers will be aluminum. So I found a company that actually builds custom aluminum exhaust systems. And we reached out to him. The guy was super helpful, and he's getting us over some tubing. Most of it's like already like fabricated and done. We just kind of have to customize it a little bit and weld it in. But it's gonna have a V-bands here from steel to aluminum with a V-band. And then it'll come out this way, and it's gonna have an X pipe right here.
Yeah.
And it'll come out like this, and there's gonna be two oval shaped mufflers. So they're kind of like a, you know, pancake style. So we could save like ground clearance. Fully aluminum, and then it's gonna go not over the axle, it's actually gonna go underneath the axle a little bit here, because there's too much stuff on the top to go over.
Yeah.
And it's gonna kick out to the side, and it's gonna follow this frame rail and come straight out the back. 3.5 inch tubes all the way to the back.
So that's
yeah,
gonna
3.5
be
inch.
That's gonna
aluminum.
be like massive, and because they're so big, it's like great that you are doing aluminum to save a chunk of weight.
Yeah, who knows what that exhaust system could weigh if it was steel.
Yeah, I don't know.
A lot. So that's gonna be like 60 pound savings probably.
Yeah. And then
So yeah,
that's kind
that's
of
where we're at with this thing.
That's-
We're moving on it.
we are. And then the only thing we're trying to decide now is tires. So
Yeah, we're gonna do this Redwood Rally. You know, you guys know it's a drag and drive event. So we would like to be able to drive on the tire that we race on, because last thing I want to do is haul around an extra set of tires for the car and have to jack the car up, take these tires off, put radials or slicks on it. So the only problem is people say that stick shift and radial tires is not a good combination. It shocks the drivetrain like too much or whatever. But we can't drive on a slick, so the only option really is a drag radial.
yeah. So you might just have to be really conservative off the line.
Yeah, I can't be like revving it to $5,000 and then just dumping the clutch with a drag radial.
Yeah.
But in theory though, this engine makes so much low end torque, and with this gearing, I think we might be able to kind of just like slip it just a small amount and not rev the motor up so high off the line.
Yeah.
And then once it kind of starts going, if I just power into it, it might just take off pretty hard anyways because of the big motor.
Yeah.
And the car is going to be really light.
Yeah.
So we'll see. That might be the route that we go, but who knows? Maybe we'll end up ordering some slicks.
Yeah. All right, the last thing we wanted to mention is that we finally selected the paint color for Project Rum Runner. So it took so much research, so much back and forth between Danny and I, but we finally landed on a gold color that we're really happy with. And I think we mentioned in another video that we're not going to have time to do the body work and paint job that we want to do before the rally, but we did decide that I think we're going to paint all of the orange sections that you see on the car. So the front fender, the cowl, roof, and here, we're going to paint it with like a gold base coat, just because we didn't want people to think like, oh, if we sprayed the whole car black, that the car was going to end up, you know, being black. We do want to do gold. So we figure let's just throw in a touch of the color that we're going to go with and, you know, have that be part of the car.
Yeah. So we'll sprinkle some gold on this car. So this panel will just be flat gold, the color that we're going to eventually paint it. And then the roof top too. You know what I was thinking though? Maybe we should just paint this front fender black as well so it matches the other side.
Oh, I see.
And then the top will be gold, this back piece will be gold, and then maybe
so basically
the cowl.
Just the top pieces will be gold?
Yeah, just the top will be gold.
Okay.
Maybe we'll even paint to here, like this way gold.
Yeah. It's up to you.
So we'll figure it out. But you guys are going to see gold on this car soon because we have to get rid of this orange. Some people were calling this car, what's that car?
The General Lee?
General Mayhem.
Oh, General Mayhem, yeah.
Yeah.
We've gotten a bunch of different names for this thing, and it's like, that's not what we're going for, so.
Anyways, well, there's an update on the Charger. It's coming along nicely.
It is. So we got a ton of work, so we're going to just spend the rest of this week getting down and dirty on it, and you'll see more updates. But like I said, don't know how much we're going to film of what we're doing. You might see like different jobs, like when we go tackle the exhaust, you might see a video on that. But just know that we have our deadline in mind and we got to get it done for you guys. So yeah, so that's it for Project Rum Runner. Like I mentioned earlier, if you'd like to support the project, you can head over to gnarlyspeedshop.com and get yourself one of the new Project Rum Runner t-shirts available in white and black. But yeah, that's it for this week. We will see you guys next time.